Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sarah Gergel, and I'm with the Living Archives Project, where we are collecting stories of how COVID-19 impacted various communities in Charlotte-Mecklenburg County. Today is November 8th, 2022, and this week there are 140 reported cases of COVID-19 in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg County area, which shows a steady average over the last 2 weeks. Therefore, today, Marisella is comfortable not wearing a mask. Marisella, will you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Marisella Cuervo. I am from Colombia, and I am a Spanish teacher here at the Children of the World Learning Center. This is my second year. I have 3 kids, married, and I don't know, that's it.
That's amazing, thank you. Marisella, how long have you been teaching here again? 2 years?
2 years, yes.
Wow,
This is my second year.
okay.
Yes.
And you have 3 kids. How old are they?
Yes, Jade, she is 13, will be 14 next month.
Okay.
William, he is 11, and Delvis, he is 8.
Wow, really good ages.
Yes.
Yes, they keep you busy, I bet.
Yes, a lot.
So tell me, Marisella, you mentioned to me that you were born in New York.
In New York, yeah, Queens, New York.
Okay.
But my parents took me to Colombia when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
So I grew up in Colombia, in Pereira. And I came back here in the United States when I was 17.
Okay.
So I lost all my bases in English, and that's why I have my accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you had to restart kind
Yes.
of learning English.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where did you move when you were 17?
First, start living with my aunt in Aventura, Florida,
Okay.
close to Miami.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then I moved with my uncle in New York, Queens, New York, and be there like almost for 2 years. And then I moved here in Charlotte, so I be here like 2004. It's gonna be 20 years and 2 more years. So it's like 18 years here. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yes.
What was your transition like from all these places and then Charlotte?
Well, it was hard at the first because it was my first time separating from my family in Colombia. So I was like the only one moving here, and it was hard. Yes, and then my mom came here to Charlotte, so I just moved with her at the beginning, like of the 2004. Yeah, and like comparing all 3 cities, I love being here in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think it's more quiet than New York, and I think it's a easy city to raise kids.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. So did you meet your husband here in Charlotte?
No, I met him in New York.
Okay.
Yes,
Really?
but for some coincidences, his mother was living here too in
No
Charlotte.
way.
So he moved here first, and then I moved here, and we just start together.
That's
Yes.
awesome. So tell me a little bit about what was your experience like being a preschool teacher the last 2 years?
Oh, well, it's awesome.
Yeah?
I love it. Yes,
Yeah?
I remember since I was a little girl, like I love little kids, and for some reason, like going to school, growing up in different like ways, and thinking about another like career for me, but nothing happened as I thought. And here, since I have my kids and stay home, and I say, okay, well, I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
And I think that's how that feeling came back again to my heart. And I love being with kids. I think it's beautiful. Give love and receive love from them, the pure love.
Aww.
Yes, so
That's so beautiful. I think kids They can be brutally honest, but also so
Yes.
sweet.
Yes, and so honest.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
And I mean, I love it. Like, taking care of them, trying to teach them that everything is going to be okay. And even, moms and dads, maybe they busy, but they love them and like had the privilege to, to be with them, show my love to them, and, spend time with them. And, at the same time, teaching them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you,
So-
Marisella, teachers are so incredible. You guys
Thank
are
you.
so patient and loving and kind. It's amazing. I've been really just in awe of all of the teachers here at Children of the World.
Thank you.
Yes. So tell me, what was it like? Because you started 2 years ago teaching, and it was still, the pandemic was still impacting us. I mean, it was kind of the height of the pandemic. What was your experience like?
Well, like I said before, I was stay mom home.
Okay, you're a stay-at-home mom.
Yes, stay home mom. So COVID didn't impact me like a lot on that side because I was home like for 11 years.
Okay.
So it was normal, like
Yeah.
stay home with the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
And when I start over here, the first year, yes, we had to wear the mask, and the kids had to wear the mask. I don't know, for some reason, like for me, it wasn't like too bad, but I feel so bad for the kids. They're so little and they just want to breathe, but, having the mask. But it showed me too how they're smart and how the little ones can, just like, okay, this is what it is. Okay, we go like with the flow. Like, okay, I had to, well, I do it. So they just, they were, amazing that first year with mask and like trying to cover, themselves and taking care of themselves and taking care of the others.
Yeah. That's amazing. So when you started working here, were you guys completely in person or was it hybrid?
No, me completely in person.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
that was
completely in
last year.
person,
Yes.
And the kids completely in person.
Yeah, that was the first year after. Because I know the teachers before me, they were doing like hybrid. Yeah, like Zoom or sending videos, and yes, but I didn't.
You
I
have to
didn't.
do
Yeah.
that. Okay. What did you feel like as a new teacher who started, right when everything was lifted and the kids could come back? How did the kids respond? Did they do well in class, or did you have to teach them a little more, or?
Just try for them to follow the new rules.
The new rules?
Yes, I think that was maybe the part that we were working the most.
Yeah.
But I think they were so happy to, come to school and being here and can touch the toys and, like, okay, I'm not at home anymore and this is awesome. So I think,
Yeah. Well, what are some of the rules that you had when you started?
Well, we had to clean the toys every day, and they had to wash their hands extra.
Yes.
And teach them like cover like we've been working on that, but with the mask, even like okay, cover your mouth. Cover your nose. If you touch your mouth or your nose, go and wash your hands. Okay. And things like that.
Did you notice any changes from your first year as a teacher to now your second year as a teacher?
Yes, I feel more freedom.
Okay.
Yes, it's optional, the mask. So, having no mask is way better.
Yeah.
Because sometimes with kids, they need to read our lips.
Yeah.
so they can, understand, or maybe, more than understand, because we had like American kids and I have my accent, or maybe there's a Spanish kid and they need to, read the lips so they can understand the English, or, things like that. Or even with the kids that need like maybe help with, talk, like speech.
Yeah.
So we need to, read their lips to understand.
Yeah.
So way better this
That's a
year.
huge barrier.
Yes.
The mask and
Yes.
I think also not just reading the lips, but kids need to understand facial expressions.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you hide half of your face, it's hard for them to learn.
Hard. Yes.
And this is the time where they're learning, preschool. It's huge.
Yes.
It's so important
Exactly.
in their development. So that's huge. Is there anything else that you felt like was different from first year to second year?
Yes. Also, the parents can come in now to the building. Last year, it was only the kids from the main door.
Okay.
So now the parents can drop them and can pick them up from the classrooms. So, and also we can have like contact with parents, like, we can tell them like how was the day, or if they had questions, they can ask us questions. But last year we couldn't even see their faces from the classroom. So
I bet that's been huge in terms of how you connect with parents and build a relationship.
Yes, and it's very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
So have you felt like you've been able to connect with parents better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, much better.
And are parents allowed to, like, are you guys able to, if the kids have like a show and tell or something?
Oh yes, yes. We just did that like a couple weeks ago, all about me.
Yeah.
So parents came into the classroom.
Aww.
Yes, of course, because of the time, and of course because they want more time playing.
Yeah.
It was like only like 3 parents per day.
Yeah.
Yes, so they just come and show all about themselves, what they like, what's the animal color, the favorite color animal, like what they like to eat, what they want to be when when they're grown ups, and things like that. It was really nice to meet, know about them more than the usual. Yes, and also if the parent had time, they can sign up for volunteer.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like one parent in the classroom every day.
Yeah.
Different parent. Sometimes we don't have, but it's okay. But the kids are so happy when they see their parents. Yes, playing with them, play with friends. Yes.
That's
awesome. That's also different from last year.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes.
Anything else that you wanted to add about differences?
Yes, we could go back to do the home visits.
Okay.
Yes.
What are those?
Before we start the school year, we go and meet the kids at their houses.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's very important for the kids to meet their teachers and their environment.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was really nice. Everybody was so happy. Oh, the teachers are here, and we just, while maybe one of us were talking to the parents, the other one was playing with the kid.
Wow.
Yes.
So
we asked questions, like normal questions, and that one make the difference too.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes.
I bet getting to see them in their natural environment at home and see them interact, I feel like it would create such a special bond with the student and the teacher.
Yes.
That's amazing. Man, that's amazing. So, Marisella, tell me a little bit about Children of the World. You guys, each classroom has a English-speaking teacher and a Spanish-speaking teacher. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because it's an immersion.
Yes, we are dual language.
Duolingual.
Yes.
So do you teach English or Spanish?
I teach Spanish.
Okay. And how do, especially kids who do not come from Spanish families, Spanish-speaking families, How do they respond to that?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah?
Yes, they're fine. They talk to me in English, and it's amazing how the kids are so smart.
Yeah.
That maybe not the first time, but the second time they already know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yes, and the routine, like repeating every day the same thing, they already know. Yes.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I love that.
And even not only American kids, but from Africa, from Indian. I mean, they at the end of the year they're gonna be trilingual.
Yeah.
You know, like okay, they speak English, they speak their language, and they speak Spanish, and that's
Wow.
amazing.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Kids are they just soak knowledge up so much. They're such fast learners.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's just incredible. I love that. So now going to your life, tell me about how was it like for you these last 2-3 years as a mom? How was that?
Well, first it was kind of frustrated because of my kids. I feel like kids, they need social relations.
Yes.
Yes, it's not only at home, and also because at home they just want to watch TV, be on the computer, playing games on on tablets or cell phones, and I think that's not a good not too good for the kids. So it was like trying to explain them, and it was kind of hard to teach them, and like, okay, it's okay, everything is gonna be fine, but it's gonna get time. And they were sometimes mad and say, I just want to go to school, I want to be with my friends, and it was hard for them to understand what was going on. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, frustration, mad. I was, for other side, happy. Like being home with everybody and spend family time. So it was like a balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me, what was that like? So your kids, they were very different ages.
Yes.
And they had to do school from home.
Yes.
How was that?
That was crazy. Yes.
What was crazy about it?
Well, we had to get a better internet.
Yeah.
Because it was 3 computers at the same time. So we had to divide our kitchen and living room so they can go school on their computers, and trying to don't get the noise from the other computer. It was challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet.
Yes. And trying to have the same routine that they had at school, wake up early, give breakfast, and then snacks, and then lunch, and that was crazy. Yes.
So tell me, because you were a stay-at-home mom before.
Yes.
And you were still a stay-at-home mom during the pandemic.
Yes.
So what was different? Because the kids were in school and then they were learning
Yes.
school at home. So what did you find was like the most challenging, or just the most?
Well, have everybody at home 24/7.
Yeah.
Yes, even my husband.
Oh, even your husband. Okay.
Yes.
All
yes.
of you were home.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
and was
that
your
was.
husband working from home?
Yes.
So he was working virtually.
Yes.
Okay. So what was that like? Tell me a little bit about it.
I mean, the difference, like, staying home is, okay, I drop my kids and I can, go back and do my things, or maybe take a nap, or, a break or something. But that wasn't no break with everybody at home.
No break ever?
No break. And trying to help everybody with homework. And, I mean, that was a lot.
And also, like, just juggling kids and their work, and also making food, probably.
Yes.
And keeping the house, like, relatively clean.
Yes.
How was that?
I mean,
The juggle.
yes, I mean, there's no words to describe that
Oh my gosh.
episode, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like you work 24/7. I mean, you still working 24/7, but
Yeah.
that was like extra.
But no break. I mean, just not
Yes.
having a moment to breathe feels overwhelming.
Yes.
So I can imagine. Were there some ways that you found that you had to do for yourself to kind of breathe a little bit and just like have like what we like to use the term self-care? Was there anything that you were able to do during that time?
Yeah, I was the only one who go to grocery store.
Okay.
Yes.
So going out to the grocery store was your self-care.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
And I mean, I bet just the car ride alone, just having quiet.
Yes, because nobody can,
Yes.
just
No screaming kids.
yes, exactly. No fighting. Yes, yeah, just like that. So yeah, nobody. I mean, nobody was allowed to go to the grocery store, and we were trying to be safe. So, and also my husband, he has blood pressure, high blood pressure, and pre-diabetes. So things in the news, and you know what? I'm the person who's going to, outside, and coming back. Well, that was another challenge thing that you had to wipe the cereal bags, all the foods, because we were so like at one point scared, and like, okay, because we don't want nobody to get it, but at the end of the day everybody get it.
Yeah.
So crazy. And then he wait for me. He opened the garage door and wait for me and helped me to disinfect my shoes, like spraying Lysol or Clorox, bleach. That was extra.
Definitely.
At one point I said, this is not from God. God want us be free. And we had to believe. We had to believe that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I cannot do this every time that I go to grocery store and come and disinfect everything.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
So we start switching, and at one point you were so like afraid, like, oh my goodness, and I'm thinking in one word, panic. Yes, like things like that. And so one day I say, this is not from God, so we're gonna start trying to live not our normal life, but like, okay, we believe God's gonna protect us, and if we get it, okay, we just pray God that it's not the worst as we saw in the news.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
So when you finally had that moment where you were like, this is just overwhelming and we need to trust. For you needed to trust God. What changed?
Oh, a lot. A lot. We decide to, everybody can go to the grocery store at least.
Okay.
Because my kids were, like getting crazy, like stay in the same place.
Yeah.
I'm glad, compared with others, our house is 2 levels, so if you get tired from the first you just go upstairs. But I was thinking all other people that isn't a small apartment, or even they don't have home, and there was a lot of people who lost their jobs, and it was crazy. But at least we know, as a family, we can go. We decide, like, okay, let's go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
At least do not touch anything, because at the beginning, I remember I was using gloves. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. And we start meeting with friends, like parking the back of the cars, and like talking talking to them like in a parking lot and having a gathering together, but everybody 6 feet apart. Yes, and that's how we start getting our life back again. I mean, social life. Yes, and we were so glad that our church they decide to do like a carpool service.
Okay.
So we do the service at the parking lot, and everybody stay in their cars, and and so we start like doing that, and yes, and I'm glad that I feel like everything is over. Not like okay, it's done. No, because like you say at the beginning, there are some cases also. The people still getting COVID.
Yeah.
But it's not like a pandemic anymore. So I feel like it's another sickness like flu and another, things like, okay, so we can live with it. We can live with it. And also, I guess, the immunization help, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, those are really, really great things. Thank you for sharing, Marisella. So now that we're your kids are back in school.
Yes.
And your husband's back at work, I'm assuming.
Well, yes. Yes.
Like in person.
Like in person, only for half day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's still doing only half day.
Okay.
And yes, like I feel so grateful because even my husband was at home working from home 2 months. He didn't lose his job like others, Yeah. And my kids, they were home at the beginning of the pandemic. That was like March, I guess, when everything started. Yeah. And they were home from that day and through the summer. Okay. So that was the longest time. But we're so glad that their school decided to open back like normal on 2020. Okay. Yeah, 2020. No, 2021. Okay. Because the pandemic starts at 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So let me think. I'm trying to see the years. Yeah, it was only for like 2 months that they were doing homeschool. Yeah, okay. They were doing the school from home. That was the last 2 months before everybody went vacation. Okay. And when they start back, they can go. They can go to school.
Oh wow!
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. They decided that, and they prepared the school for like. So if the classroom was 24 kids, they divide the classroom in 12.
Okay.
And they have glass between students. Okay. And yes, of course, students has to wear mask. And if the student got sick, you had to do the test, the COVID test. And if you have fever, it's not like today's day. Like you had to wait 24 hours after the last time, but it was more serious. That year was challenging too. They went to school in person, but it was, and also because they were using the computer also in the classroom, because the teacher has to go to the other half of the class. Okay. And going back and forth. Yes. Okay. Yes. And so that year was challenging. Yeah. And also because even if the kids didn't have like COVID test positive, they had to stay home for the quarantine time.
Symptoms or...
Yes. So that was challenge again. Yes, because I remember my little one. We had to stay 1 month at home.
Wow.
Yes, just because I decided not to do the COVID test.
Okay.
Yes, because I mean, there's different, those
Yeah.
going on by that time, and maybe people believe, or other people don't believe, and and this was new for everybody.
Yeah.
So we just having like taking step by step, like okay, I'm not gonna do that, or and at the end everybody was doing it, and things like that. So, but I mean, it was challenge.
For sure.
I'm glad that today's day is like maybe you just do the COVID test, and as easy as a flu test.
Yeah.
Like you're not scared anymore.
Yeah.
And also about the days that you had to stay home, it's not, they don't do it anymore, because if you test positive, you just have to wear a mask. So I think that's we getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We're making progress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So before we started the interview, we did this little activity called the hand map.
Yes.
Is there anything on the hand map that stuck out to you that you would like to share with us?
I don't know, maybe the person who support me, God.
God.
Yes. God. Because as a mom, you always be there for everybody, and sometimes you don't have like nobody on your side or to support you. So I found my peace in God. Yes.
It's so powerful. My
Yes. I just, if I need something, I just go in my room, and just had time with, talking to God.
Yeah.
And yeah, he refreshed me.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
And is there anything else you wanted to share? Or?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of things. Like in my fingers. First, I just wrote mom, because that's who I am. I am mother, and I will be a mother for the rest of my life. Even if my kids grow up and they get married and they have kids, I'm gonna, try my best to be there for them.
Yeah.
Second, I just thought about the word integrity. I think when you ask me, like, how do I define myself, I can be kind, I can love everybody, I'm a good friend, but I feel like integrity is everything in one word. Even when nobody is looking at me, I know I have to do the right things.
That's beautiful.
Yes, and then wife. Yes, trying to be a smart wife.
Yeah.
So my whole family, stay together.
Yeah.
There's ups and downs. We are humans,
Yeah. For sure.
And every morning you decide to love the person, So I just, give like stability. That's how you say, like to my kids, so they can be in a home, And thinking about being a daughter, my mom is here with me, and that's a bless for me. She helps me a lot. So
Does she live with you, or does she?
Yes, she's living with us. Yes, she has to go back and forth to Colombia.
Okay.
Because I have my other sister in Colombia, and she has to divide herself.
Yeah. For sure.
Yes, and love.
Yeah.
I think this is another main word, because you need to love.
Yeah.
You need to love, you need to understand others,
Yeah.
uh, f- um, feel empathy. It's very important. In today's day, this is the most important thing because you don't know what the person is what's going on with the person.
Yeah.
And sometimes you say, well, but why the person is acting like that or things like that. But the mind is so powerful that we need to manage our minds and don't let our minds manage ourselves.
Yeah.
Because that's why you hear a lot of shooting or people get upset just for nothing. Even when you are driving,
Yeah.
the other person is
Yeah.
going through things that you don't know, and maybe they didn't use the light to turn to right, and you get upset, and that's small things.
Yeah.
So that's why we need love
Yeah.
and empathy, so we can understand others.
Ooh, that's a good one. Very true words.
Yes. And
Thank you for sharing.
I think that's it.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I wanted to ask you, since you did mention your sister lives in Colombia.
Oh, okay.
And your mom goes back and forth.
Yes.
What was that like? I bet, you talked to her during her experience with COVID in Colombia. What was her experience like compared to yours? What stood out to you?
Well, my mom, she had a hard time because I had another sister, but she lives in Bolivia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So my mom went to Bolivia to visit her and my nephew. So by the time that she arrived to Bolivia, they closed everything.
Wow.
So compare my sisters and my mom situation with me, they had the worst. They had the worst because both of them are in a country that they don't know. Well, my sister been living in Bolivia maybe now for 3 years, but it was like, really recently. So my mom that was her first time in Bolivia, and when you ask her, do you like Bolivia, she just say no. I just go over there because my daughter is there and my grandson. But it was for me, I don't go back to Bolivia anymore. So because her experience was really bad. Yeah. Really bad because my sister, she rent an apartment.
Okay.
So it's not like a big house. It's more like, maybe 2 rooms.
Yeah.
So you stuck there. Like, okay, I'm not even in my house. I'm not even like, oh my gosh, this is completely crazy. And so she was feeling anxiety. Yes, and anxious. And also she was feeling, oh my gosh, the other word that we use, depression. Yes, she was feeling depressed. Yes.
Excuse me. Wow.
And I remember one night she just called me and she was just crying, like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And the way that I helped her was trying to find a airplane ticket. Because she wasn't supposed to come over here. She was supposed to go back to Colombia. And the only tickets when they open the airports, and she has to go. She has to come over here.
Wow.
So that was September 2020. Yes. So she spent like 5 months in Bolivia.
Wow.
Stuck. Yes. 2 weeks of vacations came like 5 months and stuck. Yes.
Excuse me.
No, you're fine. Yes.
That's crazy.
That's, yes, really crazy. Yes. So she just came here and she started living with us.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Marisella.
you're fine. I know it's maybe because the mask.
Yeah.
So yes, and she was, when she came here, she was like, like, oh, we can go? Like, can we go to the park? Oh, I thought everything was closed. And I said, no, now it's different. And yeah, by that time, she was even surprised that the kids can go to school. She was, for real, you're not scared? And I said, no, I'm not scared anymore. We cannot be panic. We had to try, to live the best that we can.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was another interest.
Thanks for sharing.
Experience.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm so glad your mom was able to
Flew over
leave
here.
Bolivia finally after 5 months.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
So, just to respect your time today, Marisella, one final question for you is, do you have any additional stories or experiences that you would like to share with us over the last 2-3 years?
No, I think, I remember only that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Marisella. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.